Hi, welcome to a very good evening. I say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Say I won't subscribe to the channel, and I say we are new to the channel. There, never see a mouth aqua, can see a pa, and a mouth. I say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. You say the BBI come pa, and a mouth. Of course, say. Oye investor there na ucha stay oye telegram group ni anasa no pay o pick the codes na ewo your description of your video no ma, then it means that anyway osre 3 or 4 out of the 4 codes ni na abo Chelsea and the codes you two journey na abo and boys no and obia jubilate obia kwa iska 4 solid codes ni na get it one obiye di nisika obiye wakwa enjoy no pa na make catch am say upese wo discard ya, then it is Fiifi-Manfred enye any other place in terms of analysis, in terms of the codes no upese wo discard ya Fiifi-Manfred and I will be nyeska no we dey consistently na bibia aye kama pa mounty. To all of you who stay no, congratulations pa semuchaya and then we dina bibia aye kama area mom. Of course, nyame adomochina we go again. Conference league matches Europa league matches no we will do the analysis no na afide the coach na ba betuga into so investor na so be so chebia. You can go in there and then go and stick no we do sika na bibia aye kama pa area mom. I'm sorry say anyway to me in charia, but na makache o say Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube here. So you consistent na dey bia ultra code ni bi. So this is the only investor. We invest am kwa there every day bi around. And so make sure say who chebi send be ya we discard na bi bia kama pa area mouse. So when timi enni bi and as when try then sorry to you by then in command your baby the big game of Barca versus team my friend Inter Milan. Our Champions League in a big one at the start of the Moujik a game that we didn't, for a lot of people, I felt that it was going to be a difficult game for Barca. I think Barca qualification on Koswa de Moujik. I think that in the second leg, that is where Barca wonders, no matter qualify out of the qualify for final. But in the first leg, I knew it was going to be difficult because people were writing off Inter for said in recent times we were going to lose out and it's animal and I'm so cool. Because Inter team bad and of course we went into the game. We've seen exactly how the game has panned out. Senior Inter for one ball, senior team your friend of FC Barcelona for a bomb games. So we've seen exactly how the games have gone over there, and of course who they are. But how did it happen? Inter went into the game knowing say out of 3 games not losing now, and in the Champions League they can't afford so many lose match. I did mention say some match say Barca betinya dominating not Jumane party, then they need Dani Olmo, they need Pedri, they need Lamine Yamal and Abrantia friend Ferran Torres. Of course, with the injury of Abrantia, your friend Lewandowski and Abrantia friend Lamine Yamal, what it meant was that Barca weren't going to get their starting players our match, and that they had to go into the game to try and manage and see set on but Barca players now available are good enough to break down a team which is Inter Milan, because over against Inter or with a low block or compact kakra, then you need a lot of rotations on every side of the field of play to stay in the game as long as possible. So Osha game now, Barcelona went into the game with a very regular formation of 4-2-3-1. So Pau Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, then Gerardo Martin, and a bunch of friends Jules Koundé, then a bunch of friends of Pedri Gonzalez and Frankie de Jong as the 2 double pivots. All of them are controllers, are ball-sided players. Then number 10 was a bunch of friend Dani Olmo. Then there was Lamine Yamal, there was Rafinha, and a bunch of your friend Ferran Torres that was leading the line. Inter starting lineup also was exactly how we expected. Zan Sommer, Bastoni, Acerbi, Besek, wing backs of Di Marco, and Danzao Dumfries, and in the middle of the park, Barella Mkhitaryan and Calhanoglu. Then up top, of course, Lautaro Martinez and Abrantia, your friend Marcus Thuram to get a job. Now, in fact, your core game in him when the game started, just like that in 30 minutes, and Abrantia, your friend Marcus Thuram, shared the earliest goal ever in the history of the Champions League semi-final game. And it was a regular interplay, pass rotate, short pass from Inter, goes wide into the path of Abrantia Freno, Dumfries, who cross was blocked and he couldn't get to DiMarco. The second ball that comes in, and of course Inigo Martinez flipping. Then he fell to Abrantia, Freno, Marcus Thuram, who get a job done. Very tough game, very tough game. And to be very honest, we said consistently, said Barca are good enough, and throughout the game, you need to be very careful. So only Barca and idea back and Barca literally unplayable against any side of who you see. Press, counter press. You just cannot sit off Barca and think, oh, okay, only Barca born way Jano. They will come again. They'll constantly come at you and then they'll force you to make mistakes. And that is exactly idea. Now Barca were doing right as I said, call down by a goal to 0. It was total dominance. And idea you need answering and reflecting. And I remember said, may commenting on loud Loud 99.5. I was telling the guys that Barca are known. They've done it against Celta Vigo. They've done it against Benfica. They've done it against Atletico de Madrid. Recently against Madrid. But I have a feeling that accumulated fatigue will worry Barca at some point in time. And the fact that when they are playing against more stubborn teams, I don't think Inter played well. To be very honest, I don't think any match in Inter they played well. I think, especially in the first half, it was the worst Inter performance that I've seen against any big side. Literally, there was no point that they wanted to at least even make the house space more compact for Barca. They literally ceded possession to Barca and almost sitting back. And Lamine was having a lot of joy with Federico Di Marco side until the second half from Abrantia Freno, Carlos Augusto Ebaye. When Barca were dominating playing, it is something that has been normal. One of the few times that Inter for the team transit to come in, and hold on to me kunya sa o corner now. Abrantia Freno, Denzel Dumfries, a boss, proper bicycle acrobatic kick, and they share a horn. I didn't expect so Denzel Dumfries beating my boss born. But Sawasha in Europe this season, some of the big games, especially the ones that are involved with team my friend FC Barcelona, most of them, it looks as you said, it comes down to things like set pieces, and these are some of the things that decide some of the matches like that. And you need to be very careful with things which is set pieces. That's exactly what your core match decided the game, because Denzel Dumfries half 10 kick me overhead kicks, I'm born or boy. It was brilliant, and he played it very well. But away from that, after the game, still Barca kept to their principles. I think they are there. Hansi Flick has done very well, and usually maybe analysis. Now one of the things I say is that Barca are good with their press and counter press, and the mental fortitude is good. But one of the reasons why I probably think Barca have been able to build a strong mental fortitude, strong mental base for themselves now, and the fact that I think Barca really do believe in our team playing, almost believe in our principles, and they believe in what Hansi Flick has told them. Because just imagine, Barca prep ball, even at 2-0, or prep ball, was a short passing, Pedri, Rafinha, Pedri, De Jong, Pedri, Olmo, now about Lamine Yamal, and literally, Lamine Yamal was playing his 100th game for Barcelona. 100th game for Barcelona, and what a performance! What a performance! No, Pimba, look at the first goal of Lamine Yamal from the right hand side. I said, Inter were a little bit too deep, and it was probably the easiest game Lamine Yamal will play when he's being marked by two players. It's a way Lamine Yamal, players in the market, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and a branch of Federico Di Marco. Literally a field day, because these guys any sense of defense. These are all very ball-sided players. Di Marco a wing back, but he's more effective in the attack than the defense. And on the right hand side, stopping Lamine Yamal, you stop him with a much more defensive oriented player. And in the first half, that is not to take anything away from Lamine Yamal. He was spot on in how he played. Very spot on. on the ball, off the ball, on the ball, off the ball. Everything Lamine Yamal did was super. And I think that it was a very, very good game for him for his 100 game. And Shesani goal on share from the right hand side, cutting. Now, ball F in Insano, ball if as a ball in Nasio, then it moves from under his feet, goes in, and then the goal comes in there. I mean, you just cannot take anything away from your friend Lamine Yamal over there. You just look at the goal now. It was such a wonderful performance from your friend Lamine Yamal, and how well he played. It was super. Literally dictated the pace of the game. Played so well. And I mean, it was a very, very good performance from your friend Lamine Yamal. Was super. And of course, that's a very good gameplay from your friend Lamine Yamal. And at 2-1, it's a challenge. 17-year-old boy. Barca still kept at it. And for me, I think Barca are the best team in Europe. And I've said it several times. Today, I'll say it again, and I'll keep on saying it. Regardless of the fact that they drew to Inter, and I expected that Inter would get something out of it, and yeah, Inter will so much. Still, I think Barca are the best team. How they were able to pin Inter back, like born in your lose sometimes maybe 6 to 10 seconds. It's literally like just 6 seconds. Or when you lose your ball and then quickly, say over long will cramp on the aggression power kubasi the baby constrict park. Power kubasi will down half into your ball one side, one half in your ball. And Barca get aggressive, almost pressing, almost counter pressing, winning ball and back. Almost winning so quickly, no more going to transitions to try and hit you. And I think that was super performance from team my friend FC Barcelona, and of course led by coach your friend Hansi Dieter Flick, top level stuff. You will give them a lot of credit. I mean, boys name a next level, and I think that they deserve everything that has been able to come their way on the day for team my friend FC Barcelona. Of course, just before say you be first half, you could tell that Inter Simeone Inzaghi would want the 2-1 and that's a 2-2 to take to extra time to half time. No on best game never travel half time. Now if you do that form, then you come and chase it. Now basta for next on best area. I mean, so go na Ferran Torres share. That for me was in the brilliance of the magician Pedri Gonzalez. Look at that ball to pick Abrante and Rafinha at the far post. Clipping ball on the man straight onto the head of Rafinha. And Rafinha headed ball on the toe form. Then quickly slides in. A very, very beautiful goal from Abrante, your friend Ferran Torres over there. Top level. At that point in time, 2-2, the music was bubbling. It was really up on its voice. And that Obiagini is okay now. Barca for ever turning the game around, and then they are going to get a job done. Into Yeshe Nyanyoma ABC or Honum. I think at that point in time, and Borana Lamine Yamal Bono, I said on Boni Gidi Bia, while relaxing or Bono, really, really being effective. As at this point in time, Lamine Yamal was 21 goals, 33 assists, 3 trophies, and countries in countless moments of magic. Lamine Yamal already about the 100th game for team my friend FC Barcelona. Super play on the foot of play when he went in there to try and dictate the pace of the game. Everything that Lamine Yamal and Sebe Cabiano was literally magic for Barcelona. Played so well, and 2 years ago, and our brighter friend Lamine Yamal and make his debut our team my friend FC Barcelona. Of course, under Xavi Hernandez, our manager of team my friend FC Barcelona, and of course the boy is going to be a very top player. 15 years old Lamine Yamal, 2 years ago, debut for Barcelona, starting the La Liga game, scoring in the La Liga game, assisting the La Liga game, starting the UCL game, assisting the UCL game, playing the Clásico, scoring the El Clásico, Spanish Super Cup, scoring the Spanish Super Cup, scoring the Copa del Rey, score and assist in the Champions League semi-final game, all in 2 years for our branch friend Lamine Yamal. I mean, if you don't give the young boy credit, then I don't know what you want to do for yourself. Everything right here, friend of Lamine Yamal here on the night, was brilliant stuff. How he played in between the lines, the creative ability, and for me, how calm he was very good. And after the game, Ubisa Simeone Inzaghi, I'll say in the past 8 to 9 years, who player beats Lamine Yamal? And I have said it's maybe post Messi, the next big thing. Our friend Lamine Yamal, he was he was excellent on the field of play. And I mean, until say Carlos Augusto came on, you could tell say anytime Lamine Yamal being born, it be a problem for them. At 2-2, yeah, second half. Then Simeone Inzaghi begins to make some changes, and these are the things I said Barca have to be very careful of going into the second leg. And the about Simeone Inzaghi a change, one was Lautaro Martinez. I think that the Inter center forwards were not doing enough in terms of our press or the Marco Arnautovic Ebabeshimo next to Abrantia friend Marcus Thuram. Of course, Lautaro Epra. Then of course away from that, Omeki changed or the Mediterranean, sorry, and then nearby. Then went in, and then on the far side, we Federico Di Marco Figo and on the Carlos Augusto and Babeshe just to deal with Lamine Yamal. Now, at that point in time, so Carlos Augusto. Now, Carlos Augusto was very, very close to Lamine Yamal. Now, all money space, Ujani chain, Unya Tedian Ujana, so all money time, emanating in Faboni, Shani, Matrix, Fabon, and Kodebi was very aggressive on him. And that literally silenced Lamine Yamal, so he could push Inter forward. Then when he makes some more changes, bringing in Zielinski, bringing in the video Fratesi, and then bringing on Abrantia at your friend Matthew Damian on the right hand side, Inter got some control over the game, and they call another corner kick where Abrantia, your friend Denzel Dumfries, the the second goal. Although you are the man of the match of the game, and this season Champions League, semi-final, most of the games are being decided by set pieces. I think the first leg, set piece made a difference for Inter. In the second leg, maybe that can be same as well, because Inter knows that second leg is very important for them. At the point Inter were 3-2 up, but then check another corner kick for Barcelona. Then Abrantia, your friend Rafinha, off the cuff, right at the edge of the box. Now ball, take care ricochet after say ball by the ball Abrantia friend Jan Summer. Then 3-3 over there. Later on, Barca paying so. So after the game, Lamine Yamal on beside say Marcus the best player in the world. I say Debbie, I say no, the best player in the world is French, and the second best player too. After that, there is Lamine Yamal, Ousmane Dembele, and Kylian Mbappe. That's exactly what Abrantia Lautaro Martinez counts. This is here, Ousmane Dembele, and then the best player who yasi. Menye Uya no aba Kylian Mbappe and Sanwa Lamine Yamal more on and Fleck. In Milan, we will play a final before the final. Jules Koundé Fleck say we will have to wait tomorrow to assess him and see how he's doing. Paul Kubasi, he troubled us 3 times and scored 3 times. We need to improve our set piece defended over there. And it's our branch friend Alejandro Balde. Are fit to play in that game away from home. Another game, Frankie de Jong was literally the tempo controller, set piece tempo controller, the set play controller for team my friend FC Barcelona. Rafinha, after the game, I said we could have had a better result today. I've already said that we conceded a lot at home, and that was the case today. It's not acceptable, although we always have to give credit to Inter, but still, we should have done more. From Abrantia, a friend, Rafinha, and I said after the game, I said, Barca for they gave a lot to Inter Milan for Inzaghi. Also, Barcelona's strategy is risky, but it's paying off. They have scored over 150 goals. They already won 2 titles and are still competing for 2 more. But our match was a very, very high level with them. That's exactly what Abrantia, the friend of Simeone Inzaghi, after the game with how Barca for a trouble in the game. We wait to see how the second leg will pan out. I'll bring you some more post-match analysis of the game. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.